What's up, guys? Well, right here, 21. Finally happened. They announced it about an hour ago. It's going to be official very soon. What's up, Jax Gaming? It's a very somber morning over here. Yeah, Baltimore. Well, hey, listen, guys. Hey, Wolf, what's up? Somber news here on the Cowboy front, as most of you probably already either heard or are going to hear right now. Ezekiel Elliott has been suspended for 6 games. Unfortunately, yeah, I know. Here comes the Eagle fans. Bad day today for the Cowboys, for the Cowboy fans, for Zeke. It's I think completely unfair what happened. And as more information comes out today, we will we will see what the actual reasons were for the NFL to suspend him. Again, in case you are just joining me here, as you probably already know, the Cowboys Ezekiel Elliott, superstar running back Ezekiel Elliott has been suspended by the NFL for 6 games, and that is going to be official very soon and announced by the NFL very soon. I'm kind of watching some news in the background too to see if there's any other updates. But for now, here's what the gist of everything is. Um, it's for the personal conduct policy. It's not specifically domestic violence, but it is domestic violence is included in that. Now, there's nothing found against him for domestic violence. The accusations said about him, which is very disappointing. That if 2 police departments have not found any evidence, the prosecution had to drop the charges because even though they say they believed her, and even though they say that they have found enough, they sympathized with the quote unquote victim, that they just didn't have enough evidence to prosecute Zeke. And on top of that, she had some text messages trying to tell friends to lie for her. So, it's just that kind of stuff. Is with so many questions. Yes, it is crap. This is crap. I agree with everybody out there watching right now. It's obviously not a good thing for the Cowboys to have to go through. If there was actual proof that Zeke actually did something wrong, I would have no problem accepting, accepting this as a Cowboy fan and saying, okay, he should be suspended. And look, if he broke the law, if he was found guilty, of course, but there's not one shred of true evidence, legal evidence that shows this. And I don't care if you're an Eagles fan, Redskins fan, or Giants fan, you like the fact that this is happening. But in reality, you guys know if this was one of your players, you'd feel the same exact way. If they have found nothing on Z. Now, in this personal conduct policy violation that they're claiming, the NFL is going to talk about this more, and that's the one thing I want to make sure they do is I want them to give a lot of information about why they suspended him, not just you know, uh, they're suspending him because they felt like he was they felt like he was wrong or they felt like he did something wrong. So hey guys, sorry about that. You guys there? Hello? Just had a quick issue there. Just wanted to make sure I was back online. If you guys can hear me, just give me a thumbs up, or you can hear me. Everything's fine. The video's fine. And I'm just going to go through some of these comments here. Yes. Well, Zeke is a moron. Yeah, he's immature. Definitely immature. I give you that. Not a reason to suspend him. Let me see. He's not harassed the girl. He's bandwagon cowboy hype. Amy can fly. No, he is not. What? He did not harass anybody. I don't know what you guys talking about, Jax. But all right, let's see here. Eagles fan, y'all gonna see Zeke? Well, yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. I think Zeke's gonna come out with this attitude when he comes back, and that's another thing I want to talk about because he is going to appeal this. Zeke is going to appeal the suspension. You can bet your butt on that, and you can bet also, Eagle fan. Yeah, Zeke was suspended for 6 games by the NFL. They're about to announce it very shortly, officially. He has 3 days to appeal. They're basing this off the personal conduct policy violation. In that statement, I think it's like page 6 of this violation of this policy, where it says that there's that this domestic violence is the primary reason, but there's also other things like the St. Patrick's Day parade incident where he pulled a woman's shirt down, and they were both joking around whether he should. Obviously, probably not a good thing he did. Nonetheless, not illegal. She didn't file any charges. It was obviously done for fun. She had no problem with it. So okay, I mean, not nice, but not suspendable. I mean, I don't know why they would hold this over his head all the way from last July, and then include these things in there as well. It's almost like you can do this over a football player's career and suspend them every year, because I'm sure things will start piling up that aren't cool to the league. So that's kind of, to me, I don't know, it's just a sketchy thing. I know the NFLPA, the Players Association, they agree to this, but yeah, he exposed the girl's breasts. Okay, nonetheless, is it illegal to do that? Is it illegal? And again, she was joking. It was all in fun. And I'm not saying he's good or bad for doing that. I'm saying that, is this something that is a suspendable thing? Obviously, NFL can suspend you if you look at them wrong. But it still should. I mean, again, I know everybody's happy. Giant fans, Eagle fans, you're loving it. If it was Odell Beckham, and one day it might be, I guarantee you guys be crying like little you know what's on here. I say if Elliott really did something wrong, I want the NFL to tell us what he did wrong. I don't want the feeling that he did something wrong with the domestic accusations. I don't want that, oh, they just didn't like the way it felt. That's bull. That is a cop out by the NFL to try to just cover their ass. And that's plain and simple. That's what it is. Um, he's not a woman beater. There's no proof of that. There's actually proof that she was beat up by a woman during that week when she was complaining about Zeke. So all signs have pointed to Zeke is innocent. She's making this up. Well, I'm just waiting for the proof. Now, if two police departments, the prosecution dropped the case, the police departments didn't find enough evidence. So NFL is better than the law. I don't get it, you know. And I can defend that because just because you accuse somebody of beating somebody, a woman or whoever, doesn't make them that. And that's the key thing. I think all you haters, which I'm saying, you generally haters because you hate the Cowboys. That's what I mean by haters. But again, he's an immature kid, not about character. I mean, he could have better character. He seems to be a pretty good guy. But again, he's immature. I'm sure there's a lot of players on all your teams that are immature. And then nobody gets watched like the Cowboys get watched. So I don't want to say it's a conspiracy against the Cowboys. I know a lot of people say that. I'm not buying into that. They hate us or they want it. But obviously, we're America's team. Everybody either loves us or loves to hate us, as you can see by the chat screen over here. But, you know, again, let me see here. Let's see here. Several witnesses, according to sources say, heard the woman yell at Zeke. She would ruin his career. That is true. Yeah, it's 100% true. These are witnesses in the court of law that were about to, go into the courtroom and testify, and they dropped everything because they knew it was going to destroy this woman's character, and the truth was going to come out. So now somehow the victim wins. And I say victim, quote unquote victim. That's her. I think Zeke is actually the victim in this case, especially now the NFL is suspending him. I think the NFL is just using him as a scapegoat. Big name, big player doing immature things. Good excuse to make a point to the rest of the league, to the fans, to the haters doing and again, rightly so, during the Ray Rice incident, the NFL messed up. But doesn't mean Zeke should pay for them messing up, especially when Zeke has not been found guilty of anything, not one thing. Now, I will say they also included, along with the domestic violence issue or incident, an accusation actually, because there was no incident. It's an accusation. And it was proven not true. So aside from that, they also are including the St. Patrick's Day thing, which again was consensual, maybe not the smartest thing, immature, nonetheless not illegal. The 100-mile-an-hour speeding ticket that he had, that's the only thing that's actually provable. You don't get suspended for that in the NFL. I'm sorry. And then the altercation in Ohio in the nightclub, another situation where, again, it wasn't him. Initially, it was Zeke punched the DJ. Zeke did this, Zeke did that. And then it ended up being, oh, wait, no, Zeke wasn't involved. He was just there. Again, maybe immature. Again, sucks that he had to involve himself and put himself in bad situations. But isn't that what they tell, people that are victims that, no such thing as putting yourself in a bad situation. You can't blame the victim for something. You can't blame someone for doing nothing wrong. And so Zeke technically has done nothing wrong. He's just in the wrong place at the wrong time. He's immature. He does silly things. We know this. That's not suspendable. And every Eagle, Giant, and Redskin fan and every hater out there of the Cowboys knows this to be a truth. What was on camera? Who's on camera? What's on camera? Zeke is garbage. Okay, Jack, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Y'all trash Odell for kissing a net. Yeah, he probably should have been more suspended for that, Odell, than what Zeke has done, which is nothing. He has done nothing illegal or wrong. Odell was violent on the field, provable by my video. So please, too much smoke. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Well, let's see. I want to see it. And again, if he did something wrong, let's do it. Let's suspend him for 6 games. Let him deal with that. But again, 2 police departments didn't find anything. The prosecution dropped the case. They could talk about all these different things about evidence tampering, all that. Prove it. I want to see proof. Don't still say. Just make an accusation that he beat somebody or he beat a woman. Don't make an accusation that he beat a guy up in a DJ in a club. No, let's see the proof. When you get the proof to me, you get the proof to the NFL. Obviously, the NFL doesn't care about proof. They just want to get their feelings out there and protect that shield. That's what it's about in the end. I don't think it's a cowboy hating thing. I think it's a protecting the shield thing. It happened to Tom Brady last year. It's happening to Zeke this year. And I just hope that Zeke and the Cowboys, this will be a good rallying cry for them. Because I do think that, number one, obviously he's appealing this. He can't put in an injunction and go to a court and get an injunction. Now, it's going to be hard for that to actually happen. But if he can pull that off, and they see enough inconsistencies with the way they handle this case, which right now, for a year, it seems like there's a lot of inconsistencies. If they can prove that in the court of law, so far so good for Zeke when it comes to the court of law. If he gets that injunction set, then actually he can play. So we might still play your Giants and your other teams out there in the beginning of our schedule. Now, it could take a year, it could take 6 weeks, it could take 3 months before a suspension is handed down to Zeke. And I say a suspension, I mean like from his appeal or from the whole investigation. If he gets it reduced to 3 games, he might get it reduced from games 9, 10, 11. I mean, he might get it suspended 9, 10, 11. I mean, we don't know what games he's going to be suspended yet, 100%, because he's going to put that appeal. He has 3 days to do that, and he will be definitely challenging this. I hope he gets the injunction for this, because that would then definitely mean we play the Giants with Zeke. I know you guys in the Giant world would love nothing more than to see Zeke not in the game. And I know you guys think you guys got us then. Number one, I don't think you do have us. I think we still have 3 very good running backs in our backfield with a great offensive line that can still control the clock, not as well with Zeke. Obviously, he's a bigger person to lose. Obviously, a superstar. But I do think the Cowboys have enough to hang in there with the Giants. Maybe we'll lose. Maybe it'll be a close win. Either way, I think that we're going to not do as bad as people think without Zeke, especially for a couple of games. Now, 6 games, I say that's going to hurt us much worse. But I truly, honestly believe whether he has the injunction and it holds off the suspension to the next year or till the middle of the season, and it's reduced, which I'm almost 100% sure it's going to be reduced probably to 4 games, 3 games, or 2 games. So it just depends on when that's going to be reduced, and for like how many games going to be reduced. That's what we're still kind of going to wait on. That's the next big step in this whole case, is how many games is it going to really be? It's 6 now. They overdo it, so inflate it, so that when the appeal comes, they get it to where it really should be, and they're in the NFL's mind. So if you take that in consideration, you're going to have to put in figure 3 games, 3 to 4 games, he'll be suspended after the appeal. And then you have to add in, if he gets the injunction, which is very difficult, but if he does get the injunction, then guess what happens? Then now it gets pushed back to October, to November, to December, to January, to February, to March, and then maybe next year, like Brady. So again, these are just some options for Zeke and for the Cowboys and the NFL to have to know that this is far from over. The battle is just starting, and you can bet that. Now, obviously, this is not a good thing for the Cowboys in training camp. This is not a good thing for the Cowboys heading into tomorrow's game against the Rams. And again, just as a whole, I was afraid of this when they announced the fact that they weren't going to be announced. The NFL announced that we're not going to give the decision on Ezekiel Elliott last week, which already during the Hall of Fame weekend, Jerry Jones, that's exactly what I said. I said, if they don't suspend it, I'm nervous that they're actually pushing it back an extra week. If he wasn't going to be suspended, I think it would have been done last week. I think they would have announced it. But because he is going to be suspended 6 games, that's why I think they waited an extra week before they announced it. So, and again, that's what was my unfortunate theory coming true, and I was hoping I was wrong about that. And I really did think he was not going to be suspended, because there's not one shred of evidence. No matter how much smoke there is no fire. You can make a million accusations that he has not done anything that is illegal or wrong. And if you're going to suspend somebody for conduct, for like pulling the woman's shirt down in the St. Patrick's Day parade, or going 100 miles an hour, because getting a ticket for going 100 miles over the speed limit, whatever it was, which is wrong, and he should be punished for that in the legal system. Even if he got that against him, it should be 2 games. It shouldn't be 6. The reason it's 6 is because of domestic allegations, and none of that holds up in court. So we got to wait to see. I'm still waiting for the NFL to come out and tell us why. What is it that was the actual reason that this happened? Not just their feelings or their impressions, or they feel that he was guilty. I want to know what they found to make this woman's claims credible over his claims and the law and the police departments and the prosecution against him. Why they all basically dropped this case against him, except for the NFL, who wants to make sure they have their butts covered for if Zeke becomes immature and maybe, I don't know, runs a red light, or I don't know, maybe he jaywalks. You got to suspend him another 2-3 games now. I mean, it's BS. I don't want to say the actual stuff. I'm thinking and feeling, but if this is a Cowboy game and we were doing a live stream, you'd be hearing a lot more than just BS, unfortunately. Now, I know you guys are talking about other stuff on there. I'm sorry I kind of ignored you guys. I wanted to get all this information out about the injunction from Zeke that's probably coming, hopefully coming. And if not, then he's going to definitely appeal it either way. It's going to be cut down to 4 or 3 games. 3 to 4 games will be cut down, maybe more, we hope. But let's see what comes out from all of this, because there's still a long way to go in this process. Still wait, again, still waiting for the explanation. The NFL hasn't officially announced it. When they do, I'm sure, I hope that they come up with some kind of explanation, detailed explanation on why this was taking so long, why they held all these incidents, separate incidents over his head, and why half of these incidents, there's no proof that he did anything wrong. And the other ones are going 100 miles over the speed limit and pulling a woman's top down in a consensual situation where it was just joking. And maybe it's not the coolest thing to do, but nonetheless, suspend him 2 games if you feel that, but not 6 for the domestic that he did not do. There's no proof of that. So I know I'm going over in circles again. It just pisses me off that they can treat a player in the NFL who is innocent as a guilty person and then really ruin his character. And again, I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm not saying he's not partially responsible for his own actions in the sense of putting himself in bad situations. And I'm not saying age is a reason for that too. I mean, he was 21 when these things happened as his number, and he's 22 now. He's still a young kid. He's going to do dumb things, and he should be suspended when he does dumb things. I'm not saying to not suspend him, but to suspend him for something that you feel is wrong, even though there's zero evidence, and there's actually evidence that so far that we've heard, unless the NFL is going to provide different stuff, I would love to see it. But what the police and the prosecution have had, and all they've had has shown that they could not do anything to pin this on him. What she said happened. He was supposedly hitting her for like 4 days in a row. When people saw her get in a fight in a club, which they saw her and witnesses saw her, this is testified for, that they've heard her say, I want to ruin Zeke's career. I want to ruin his life. I mean, and these things are provable things. These things are already known and they're already facts. Unlike that Zeke beat her up for 4 days. There's no proof of that. Zero. It's just her claim. And the NFL thinks that the bruising could have only been done by Zeke. That's what they actually said. They said that shortly. That the NFL had a short statement released, and they said that they concluded with the domestic thing that the reason they sided with her was because no woman could have done that. No fight could have caused this. It had to be Zeke. It had to be a man of his stature, size, whatever, of his strength. And again, that's their feeling. That's the feeling, not law. This is not the truth. This is the feeling they have. They have feelings in the NFL. The only feeling they have is to make a lot of money, and to cover their asses. That's the 2 things they want to do. So let me know what you guys think. Keep it coming. I just want to remind you guys a couple things as I take a breath from the Zeke crap. You want to join our fantasy football league? Right down in the description below. There is the link to that. It's a 20-team league. It's a monster league. I know I'm in a 16-team league, and that is a lot. So this should be interesting. I just wanted to give it a shot and get as many people in there as we could. We have, I think, 5 spots so far filled up. 15 spots open. First come, first serve. Join us. It's just a fun league. We're just going to do it for fun. You could be a beginner and just giving it a shot. You could be a professional like me and doing it. And we'll take it. I take it serious enough that I'll follow it. But, the thing I take more serious than fantasy football, it's right here. It's right there. Right here. Them. The Dallas Cowboys. So fantasy is fun, but this is what it's about right here. Now, let's see here. Just want to make sure that the NFL gives us the information that we need so we can definitely know what really went down that day. Let me see, guys. Give me 1 second to see if I'm pissed too, man. I'm telling you. I can't tell you how upset I am about this whole situation. Let's see here. Okay, so who are we talking about here? The whole thing is BS. Jack's Gaming. I know. I don't know. I can't tell which side you're on yet here. I can't really see all your comments. It's not set in stone, Quante. And again, that's the thing about this whole thing. The NFL hasn't officially announced it, but every single source has said that it's 6 games. But it's not over because that suspension it's going to be overturned and appealed. Not over. It's not obviously the suspension is not going to be completely overturned, but it will be cut down. I definitely believe it will be no more than 4 games when it's all said and done, which is still bad. But it's not going to kill our season. And I truly hope it lights a fire under their asses. And I do mean that in the same way as like the Brady situation, where it really gives Zeke, you know what? I got to really mature now. I got to really get focused. When I come back, I'm going to come back harder than ever. I'm going to destroy defenses. I'm going to destroy the NFL. I'm going to destroy Roger Goodell. And I think if Zeke and I think if the Cowboys as a whole, and I feel that they have the brotherhood right now, that connection, that they can do this, that they come together and they can really pull together. They might lose a couple games. They might even lose to the goddamn Giants. But you know what? I think they're going to come back strong. I think they're going to beat the Giants in New York even more now than I did before. I think they're going to lose now in Dallas, a bigger chance of that. I still think they can win. But I think it's a bigger chance that we will actually beat the Giants in December with Zeke pissed off and ready to roll. And again, we got to see how the season develops. There's a lot of suspensions, a lot of guys out. We will see. We shall see. Hey, what's up, Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? Let's see here. You expose the girls' things and you see what happens. Yeah, I mean, 2 games. 2 games at most for something like that, Jack's Gaming. You cannot say it's more than that. You cannot give him more than you can't give him 6 games for exposing a girl's breasts. Sorry, that's not illegal, and it was consensual. It wasn't like he did anything wrong in the sense of legalities. So that's already 2 games if you want to even nitpick. That's not going to change my mind. You're right. Let me see. Marcellus Aaron. I am pissed too. You can probably hear it in my voice. And guys, I'm doing this stream right now on like my worst video and the worst audio. So I'm hoping that it's still coming through. So again, give me a thumbs up if it's good in there. I mean, if you can hear me, I hope you can. Yeah, the NFL now has network has now shut off they're playing all the news is kind of shut down on the Zeke thing right now. Obviously, until they come up with a complete NFL official announcement, I'm sure that's when we'll hear more details about this case. Tonight, with my fiance, we are going to be discussing this. Obviously, we're going to be discussing this topic, among other things too. I mean, we got to still see how camp goes. I know they're not having a camp; they had a closed practice, I think, and they're flying out to LA now, or getting ready for the LA game. So, probably not going to hear that much or see that much on TV about their practices and what's coming up for the game tomorrow. But obviously, that's going to be all. It's going to be on NFL Network. So especially since they're going to be pushing that since who they have tomorrow night on their TV channel. Ooh, wait, Dallas Cowboys, the highest rated team in history. So of course, they're going to be playing the Cowboys and playing up this whole Zeke thing and talking about all the different possibilities. Most people seem to be putting Zeke down in the situation, considering that there's no evidence against him when it comes to the domestic violence thing, which is why he got the 6 games. Let me just get it straight, guys. The other stuff with the other incidents just added to it, and I understand why it added to it. In a way, I understand. I mean, the speeding ticket, the breasts getting exposed, I understand why those things are added to it. But the fact that there's no domestic violence at all, 0 proof, the fact that there's 0 proof of him hitting somebody in a club, punching a guy, a DJ in the club, 0 proof. It's just accusations, 0 proof, nothing illegal on the other things he did except for going 100 miles over the speed limit. And even if the NFL wanted to suspend him, it's 2 games, not 6. Remember that, guys. So let's see here. Newman, this will open his eye. I do agree. And I do agree. That's the one thing I do agree with, at least. That's the one. This whole situation, I think it's already started. I kind of saw it when I was watching him on TV and training camp. He didn't seem to be his outgoing, fun-loving self that he was last year. I think he already kind of knew this was going to happen. I think Jerry Jones knew it was going to happen. I think Dez yesterday, when he said what he said, knew it was going to happen. But, I mean, if he is guilty, okay, so I hear you, Newman. If of course I've considered if he's guilty. If he's guilty, he should be suspended more than 6 games. If he did all those things that you're saying, what they're saying. But why is why have you considered the fact that she's lying? Have you considered the fact that she was jealous and she was quoted and it's been proven that she said by eyewitnesses that she said she wants to ruin his career? It's been proven that they checked her text messages and she wanted to get her own friends to lie for her. This is proven. You can look it up on the internet anywhere you want. You can see the texts that she wanted to ruin his career and she wanted to get her friends to side with her for this. And they said no. And after all that, they still saying, "Oh, the poor victim, the poor victim is Zeke in this situation." So the NFL can go blank themselves when it comes to this. I completely agree with it. If they have proof, take him down. Ray Rice him. I don't care. There's no proof, guys. Zero proof. Show me evidence, NFL. I want to see it. I want to see what evidence you found that the two police departments did not find, that the prosecutors that are defending this woman and are pushing charges against him. Why did they drop the charges? It's got to be something, right? And it wasn't that he paid off. He didn't run away like Big Ben and settle out of court. He didn't do any of that stuff. He didn't change the ruling like Greg Hardy. You guys know what happened in this case. I feel it's more of an example by the NFL and Roger Goodell to make an example of Zeke and his immature actions, not illegal actions, immature. So they give him 6 games, so he's going to suffer the consequences of 3 or 4 games in reality. Maybe 2 if he gets lucky, and maybe not 2 or 4 or 6 until December or next year, like they did with Brady. Now let me go back to the comments here. Let's see. Yes, my fiance, not my wife, not yet, but she will be my wife one day. She's not with me right now. She's busy with other things. We're both actually busy, but I wanted to take a good half hour out, which I think I'm over that already, to do this quick video, this live stream with you guys. And again, remind you that tonight we're going to definitely be talking much more about this with my fiance, and we're going to be, obviously we'll have more information in 8 hours when we do the live stream, or in 6 hours, 7 hours when we do live. We're going to have more information from the NFL, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting to hear what they got to say. What proof they found that the other 3 legal offices could not find. I want to see it. And if someone give me a good reason for that, please tell me. Not your feelings, not your speculations, not what Chris Carter said. I want to hear what proof you have that Zeke broke the law. Smoke, but no fire. Let's see here. Yeah, I know the games. I know all the games. How about them Cowboys? Unfortunately, they're a bunch of tough damn games. But he's not going to miss all 6. Bank on that. You can bank on that. Let's see. Does not know it was going to happen. I don't know. Well, we'll see. I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest in the QB country. All right. Neither did Jerry Jones. This is when they are lying. I mean, I guess. I don't know. Sarah Green, there's a bunch of, I agree. 6 games, never charged anything, should have. So, Sarah Green, you're 100% right. There's a bunch of crap. This is a quote from Sarah Green. Bunch of crap. Can't believe it's 6 games. He was never charged anything. NFL should not have that right. Doesn't seem legal. They have that right, unfortunately. The NFL has that right. And NFLPA, the Players Association, the union, agreed to this after the Ray Rice situation that they could suspend you on their feelings. So, that's the disturbing part. That this is all legal by the NFL standards. But in the court of law, he was found not guilty, or he wasn't even charged with anything. All the charges were dropped. So it's incredible that the NFL will overrule the actual law to just impose their own feelings and rulings to make Zeke an example of, and a scapegoat for all the people that are bashing the NFL for the domestic violence disaster that they had with Ray Rice. And this all stems from that. Now let's see here. Jack Gaming, she destroyed her phone like Tom Brady. She destroyed her phone. Did she? I think that they found the texts from her phone and they proved that she actually was lying and wanted her friends to lie for her. Where does Zeke get drafted now in fantasy? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a great question. And we don't know until the appeal gets closer. I think at the end of the month, the end of August, is when they have to hear his appeal. So we'll know by the end of August. Luckily, in our 20-man draft, our 20-team draft, our draft is September 2nd. So it'll be right a couple days after the appeal ruling. At the latest, they can come down with the appeal ruling. So we should know. Now let's see here. That's fantasy-wise. But again, fantasy is a low second to the Cowboys. The Patriots going 19-0 anyways. Tank the season. I never say that. I always say try, because we have talent and we have enough. We have a good core of running backs. You got to remember, assume he's gone 6 games. It's probably the season, probably going to be really hard. But let's assume we get 3 or 4 games without Zeke. You got McFadden. If he could have just hold up for 4 games, my goodness, he would be okay behind our offensive line. We have Alfred Morris, who I agree to whoever said it in there. He will not start over McFadden, but he will be kept on the team now. Now we need to have Morris. He's basically going to be on the team. Of course, Rod Smith with his special teams ability and his running ability, you'll see him in there too. We'll keep him. And I do think we're going to keep Ronnie Hillman. I know that Zeke could do that. Obviously, won't be there. McFadden can do that too. But I think Hillman might add a little Zekeism to the Cowboys and change things up, especially on third down, and maybe do a little Lance Dunbar kind of stuff. So, that would be hopeful. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I'm back on, guys. Sorry about that. Phone calls and things you got to get them. In this day and age, you never know what can pop up on your phone. So, anyways, guys, listen. Read a couple more of your comments. Yes, I know the St. Patrick's Day is proof. Something like that gets any player in the league probably at most 2 games, not 6 games. I'm pissed off about that. Let's see. Sarah Green, yes, I agree. We did not tank the season. We have a great offense. Like I was saying, the running backs, we have 4 good running backs still back there with a great fullback. Great. Let me catch myself. Very good fullback. Great offensive line. Great offense. Again, we could just hold it off for 4 games. We're probably not going to win all 4 or 6 or whatever it's going to be. So don't count on that. Definitely count on us trying to make a run towards the end of the season, the middle and the end of the season, because I do think the Cowboys will be coming back with fury, so to speak. But especially when Zeke gets back, I don't think this team is ready to go down. I think Dak he's going to have this new pride now. He's matured. He's been mature since he came in the league for such a young guy. I think Dak has a fire under his belt, under his butt now too, to prove that he can do this. Dak can do this. Zeke is fantastic. He's going to hurt not being there, but Dak can handle it while he's gone. Maybe not a whole season, but for 4 games, 3 games, 2 games, or 6 games, I think Dak's going to even play better, smarter. I think the coaching staff is going to prepare the next 3 weeks. These next 4 weeks, they're going to prepare. Obviously, life without Zeke. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. Now, he can play in the preseason, Zeke, and it's going to be interesting tomorrow if he's going to play at all, because I know the starters are supposed to play tomorrow. So let's see if he gets out there and he plays, because it's going to be something where, they're going to be talking about it constantly, and all the talking heads are going to say this and that, and most of them are bashing Zeke. But I've heard a couple of people saying, look, he's not found guilty of anything. And these same people, after bashing him, they say, that would upset me too if I was Zeke or a Cowboy fan or an NFL fan, because it's very shady. The NFL and Roger Goodell takes a year holding a domestic violence thing over his head, and then they want to include the other things that they held over his head, the other things that happened to him that were not even his fault or were not illegal, like the bar fight. It was not his fault. The breast exposure thing was consensual, not illegal, and going 100 miles over the speed limit, I guess it is illegal. There's a ticket, and there is, you could be. I mean, again, for the breast thing and the ticket, 2 games. You let him appeal that. But 6 games for something that's unproven, you got to be kidding me. You got to be joking. And anybody disagrees with that, it's only because you hate the Cowboys. You're scared of the Cowboys. But in reality, if he did this and it's proven, go for it. Good deal. Suspend him 6 games or more. But there's no proof of this. It's just the NFL has said it over and over again so far. And this morning, they said that the quick little statement was, it was their feeling that something happened. And again, that's the scary part, is that they can put in their own viewpoints, their own opinions to make a ruling and a decision that's going to affect Ezekiel Elliott's season and life, his personal life and his career in some ways. It's going to affect the Dallas Cowboys team, obviously, in a lot of ways. It's just not fair that they do that and waited this long for something that they really haven't found. They still haven't announced what they truly found, what they found that actually made them come to this decision, other than the things we already know, which should be at most 2 games. At most. I believe there should be none. I think a warning would have been sufficient, or some kind of fine. But 6 games after over a year of a domestic incident that didn't occur or was lied about and proven illegally, and proven that didn't happen in court, and that the police and the prosecutor wouldn't even go on to prosecute because they knew that there wasn't enough. Hey, Earthian, how you doing? What's up? So, guys, let me go through a couple more questions here. Guarantee you, how about them Cowboys? If the NFL suspended Odell for something similar like this, every Giant fan on here would be, saying, "Oh, it's not fair, Goodell," and I would be agreeing with them. I wouldn't be a hater in that sense. I'm talking about, the truth, not about the feelings that the NFL has. So, yeah, I would guess that the Eagle fans, if Wentz was suspended for something, I guarantee the Eagle fans would also say that Goodell is wrong in this, NFL is wrong in this, and I would agree with the Eagle fans on that too if it happened to one of their guys. But at least let's be honest, guys. Most of you guys on here understand that there was no legal proof that he did anything wrong. He didn't do anything illegal. And at most, if you want to do anything with the conduct detrimental to the league kind of stuff, then the worst you do, the worst is 2 games. So let's see here. Good move for Eagles, potential corner. Okay, you guys, yeah. Listen, guys, I'll leave this chat if you guys want. Peace, Zeke. I know, hey, meet the Mets. I know you as a Giant fan. You must be loving this. Not because, it's the Cowboys as much or it's Zeke. I think it's because you hate and you're scared of the Cowboys. That's what it is. You're scared of the Cowboys. Yeah, well, you know what? Don't get too happy yet, because if he does get this little injunction, which again, it's going to be hard for him to get this injunction, but if he gets it, he will be playing against the Giants week 1. Just keep that in mind. Not out the woods yet, but I can't wait to see you guys in December, because I guarantee you guys it's going to be a different kind of game with Zeke back there. So be ready for us in December. And if we somehow upset you, like I think someone said earlier, Eric Taylor said, if we upset the Giants week 1, oh boy, I think you're going to have a big problem there. You're going to be a little bit embarrassed if we beat you guys week 1. So the pressure's on the Giants now, not on us. And I see Dak really, really controlling the ball, and with our offensive line and our running backs, I think we're going to hang in there better than most people give us credit for or think. Well, you say that because you want to say that, but there's zero proof. You can say whatever you want. Give me proof that he did anything wrong, that he did anything illegal. Give me proof. I'm waiting for the NFL. They haven't found anything. 2 police departments haven't found anything. The prosecution didn't find anything. Let's see if Meet the Mets can find anything. Yeah, I don't think so. The NFL hasn't found anything. It's just their feeling. Like you're feeling like he's a piece of ass. So I feel the Giants are a piece of crap. Yeah, it's no joke. But what if he's just accused of it? What if you were accused of it, Meet the Mets? How would you feel? If you were accused and you didn't do it, how would you feel? It's no joke. But it isn't a joke to an innocent man like Ezekiel Elliott, who there is currently legal proof that he did anything wrong or anything illegal when it comes to that. Just keep that in mind. Well, exactly. How about them Cowboys? Why not suspend OBJ for 2 games? He should be suspended. You know why? Because he's acting like an immature idiot on the sidelines, crying because he got hit in the face with a field goal net. Come on. I mean, if the NFL felt like it, they could suspend you. And if they did, even though I'd be happy, and I'd tell you that, I'd say that NFL is wrong for doing that. Let's be honest. And there you go, Frankie G. There you go, Josh Brown. Now, I don't know when that happened. Was that before or after Ray Rice? Because if it was after Ray Rice, they changed the policy since then. But it was after J.D. Rice because he was the kicker for the Giants. And they screwed that one up too, if you guys remember. He used his kicking leg to kick his wife. And they found out that that's what really happened. And then the NFL had egg on their face again. Exactly. And the Ray Rice is why the NFL is so hard on things right now. How about them Cowboys? They have evidence? Let's see. Where's the evidence? The only evidence I've heard and you've heard, Meet the Mets, is that she actually told her friends to lie in text messages to destroy Zeke's career. This is proven in the court of law. They haven't proven anything that Zeke did. So keep it coming. You're still striking out. It is sad. It is sad that you're blind of your hatred of the Cowboys and of the fear you have of us beating you with Zeke week 1, that you will take anything. I want Sterling Shepard to play. I don't want him injured. I don't want any excuses. You want everybody on our team gone so you guys get a free win. And it won't be easy, and it will definitely not be free. You can bet your booty on that one. Well, again, how about them Cowboys? I don't want to say that the NFL is picking on the Cowboys, but they're definitely making an example of Zeke, who happens to be on the Cowboys, who happens to be America's team, and who happens to be the most loved and hated team in the NFL. So, of course, this is going to be great ratings for them because everyone wants to see the Cowboys without Zeke. See what Dak does. And I guarantee you, when you see Dak out there, I think it's going to put a little fear in that first game, that Giants game, when we got McFadden and Morris, Rod Smith and Hillman, all 4 carrying the load for Zeke. But we still have the offensive line. We still have the 2 tight ends. We still have the 3 receivers, the 5 receivers. And we still have a young defense that if we can get up on you guys, on the Giants, you will see. You will see. Now, I want to see about proof of him destroying his phone. Now, let's see that. If that's the case, then why don't you Tom Brady him? Why didn't the law, the police department, two police departments, the prosecution, why didn't they use that in court? I don't know why he destroyed his phone. Maybe he didn't like his phone. Maybe he was pissed off that he was getting falsely accused. I don't know why he destroyed his phone. You ask him. But I'm asking you a question, Meet the Mets. Why did she lie in her text messages? Why is that proven? Why didn't the police officers and the prosecution go after that point you're making now, that he supposedly destroyed his phone because of this situation? Let's see. Let's hear more facts. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Let's see. Frankie G, you school him. Some Eagles fan called us done just because we lost. See, we're not done. It's not going to be, and they never see me. By the way, to anybody I'm here, I'm saying hi. This is it's supposed to be a quick live stream. It never turns into that. It's always a long live stream. But anybody who's not subscribed already, please hit subscribe. We're going to do a long live stream tonight on this whole situation and on any other updates coming out of the Cowboys camp. But obviously, we're going to be hearing more stuff about this situation throughout the day. And by the evening, when we do our live stream with my fiance, we will be ready to roll about this subject. Talk to you guys about this in a lot more in-depth and detail. And as more information comes out from the NFL, as they keep announcing things, when they officially announce it, I'm still waiting for them to give me evidence of why they're suspending him. I want evidence, not feelings. I don't want to think that Roger Goodell and the NFL and the Giant fans and Eagle fans out there and Redskin fans that hate on us, why feelings are hurt now. Oh, my feelings hurt. Please, I want evidence. I want logic. I want proof. I want facts. I don't want feelings. So they never see me. Yes, I do not agree we're done. We're far from done. We have a good core of 4 running backs that are going to pick up the slack for Zeke, whether it's 2 games, 3 games, or 4 games. I don't see it being 6 after the appeal. Let's see here. The reports. What reports? Let's get name your sources. You'll get, well, that's a joke later on when I post another video shortly. It's a blast from the past when I was in Dallas with some friends and I caught a very interesting incident that actually got like about 150 likes like after 2 days and views or whatever. I don't know. It was 150,000 views and likes, and there were different clips from my video that were used on radio broadcasts. So I'll be posting that in a little bit, a couple days or next week or something. But that's why, name your sources, Meet the Mets. The reports are saying that trash, our defense is trash, Meet the Mets. Well, I wouldn't say we're trash. We're young, aggressive, and we're going to make mistakes. But I care more about ball control and offense. That will improve our defense, and it'll make them better faster, our defense. So with the 4 running backs, I still think we're in good shape for at least 3 or 4 games. Anything more than that, I think we got endangering the season. Let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Russell Westbrook. Let's see. Eagle fans. I wouldn't be talking. Zeke will be back. Yeah, exactly. For both games. So Eagle fans, and I realize they haven't said much, but if they say that we're done, just remember we played them with Zeke twice. So if they want to, at least the Giants fans can hide behind that. They could hide behind that. And exactly. And that's what I've been saying. I hope. Don't you hope, Meet the Mets, that Zeke plays week 1 against you guys? I know you guys hope that, right? I know all you Giant fans just want him out there against you guys in week 1. He will appeal, but appeal will not make it that he can't. I don't think that he has to actually get an injunction through the courts. So if he gets an injunction through the courts, which rarely succeed, then he will be playing game 1 throughout the season. If not, we probably will not have him for the first game, second game until. And again, the appeal has to be heard. I think August 26th or 27th, by the end of this month, it has to be heard and decided upon. So in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to find out. And that's at the most. Next 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to find out if Zeke's going to win the appeal or not. And I'm sure he will. And we're going to find out how many games they're going to reduce from his suspension. But it will not be all of them. That's for sure, obviously. And again, Frankie G, I did mention that, I think, in one of our videos from 2 weeks ago. And even my fiance said, my fiance said, yeah, no bias there. And I didn't want to call it out as that. I really don't want to believe that a Giant fan, a hardcore Giant fan investigator who's leading the investigation on Zeke for the NFL waited to the last second and waited the last second to suspend him for 6 games on feelings. So I think they need to, I don't know, hire somebody new up there. I mean, that's definitely going to help with his appeal, for sure. No, you're not worried about Zeke? Then cool. Then let's root for him to play against you guys. I want to see you root for Zeke to get in there. I want to hear you say, where's the evidence, NFL? Come on. We're all in this together. If it happened to Odell, I'd be saying it for you. I do think we're going to be much better prepared for the Giants this year when we go to New York in December. I cannot wait, especially with all the smack talking the Giant fans are doing when we don't have Zeke. Well, right now we don't have Zeke for week 1, as of right now. That can change if the injunction goes through. Probably won't. They may banish Zeke. Okay, just learn that NFL may banish Zeke if he does this again. I'm still waiting for what is it that he's done. I just want to know what he's done. Like, does what again? That's why I need to know. And not from you guys. I'm not asking you. I want to know from the NFL. What is the NFL saying? What can they be saying? What is it that they want Zeke to stop doing? Being immature? Being immature. I don't know. Immature is kind of like a lot of players are immature. I want to see. I don't care. Not my team. Yeah. Zeke needs to sue that. Well, I think you're going to see, again, he can't, because the NFL Players Association made this deal after the Ray Rice thing, the NFL to suspend you for anything. So legally speaking, the NFL has the right to do this, unfortunately. What Zeke can do is put an injunction in against the ruling until and say that they, have them investigate on why this took so long, on why they're including these other things, on what evidence the NFL had to do this to him. And in that process, that takes a year. He can play. If he wins the injunction, that could take a year before the courts decide if what they're doing to him is legal. The next thing would be, even if they rule in the courts, even if the courts rule in the NFL's favor, which they will eventually, they'll have to hold the suspension off until they complete their investigation in the courts about if the NFL is doing Zeke bad. If they find that it's true, of course, they'll reduce the suspension. But like Tom Brady last year, they kept it at 4 games. I'm pretty sure it was 4 games. They kept it at 4 games, and it took a year for that to come down officially because he kept pushing it off with through the injunction system. So let's see what happens. And I agree, defamation of character, that could be something he can do in the future if he wins these other situations. I think that's something that could come up in the future for Zeke. But then the NFL and Goodell, are going to come down on Zeke. If he jaywalks, they're going to suspend him for 2 games, or like someone said, banish him. Ezekiel Cox, who said you have to be convicted or found guilty of court? And I just said that, Ezekiel Cox. I said that NFL can do whatever they want. NFLPA agreed to that. But I'm asking for something that they have no proof of. Give him 2 games if you want to for the shirt pulling and your feelings that he did something wrong. But by the legal court of law and by him not being convicted of a damn thing, why are you suspending him, NFL, for 6 games? Why? Why? Still don't know why. I want to know proof. If it's because of the domestic accusations, prove it for us. And the 2 police departments couldn't prove it, and a prosecution team couldn't prove it, and they dropped the charges, all of them. Why? Why is it 6 games, not 2, if it's truly just because he's acting immature and stupid? 2 games I could live with, I could understand to some extent, even though I don't agree. But 6 games for their feelings, what he did in the domestic thing, there's 0 evidence or proof, BS. It's not a sexual crime, Zeal Cox. Get your law together there. I'm sorry about it. I'm just letting you know the truth. It's not illegal. She didn't press charges. She was a consenting adult, and it's not a sexual crime. If she had reported him to the cops, it could have been considered a sexual assault of some sort. But she didn't, and it wasn't, and it isn't. And the NFL can say, oh, look, then let the NFL say that that's the reason why. They gave him 6 games because they felt that was a sexual assault. But they didn't say that. They said it was because of the domestic violence accusations, which there's 0 evidence. So back to Ezekiel Cox, give me more. Keep coming. Come on, keep coming with the evidence. I don't see any yet. There's no evidence you got to show for the domestic violence issue that he should deserve 6 games for this. Let's see here. And again, anybody who has not subscribed, please do, because I would love to have this discussion later tonight when we get more information with my fiance next to me, a woman's perspective on the situation. And I want to definitely have all you guys in here talking about this, good or bad, or I get angry, whatever. So be it. This is what it's about. Passion, baby. Let's see here. Blah blah blah. Forget that part. Let me see here. Zeke's going to sue her. I sure hope so. I sure hope he sues her. And I don't know what money he's going to get from her, but at least to save his character, he needs to do that, especially if he's not guilty. And again, unless the NFL comes up with something new, a couple new information that shows that he was guilty, then I'll say, okay, fine, 6 games, 8 games, 10 games. But if they don't find anything except for their feelings, then they're wrong for 6-game suspension with Zeke. And you all know it out there. Let's see here. And I don't know what my fiance thinks of this yet. I know she wasn't agreeing with it, but I'm curious what she's going to say. And we'll know tonight. Let's see here. They never see me. Let's see. They say that he attacked his girlfriend 3 times. They said that he beat her for a week. He locked her up and beat her for a week. They said he beat her for 4 days. They concluded with the pictures, which we all know is proof that she had a fight that same week with a woman at a club because she thought that Zeke had broken up to be with this other woman. That she was upset with him about that, and so she fought this woman and she got beat up and had the bruises from that. That's where they're saying that couldn't have happened from that fight. It only could have happened from someone of Zeke's size. But that's their feeling. That's not proof. Just saying, that's not proof. There's more proof that she got these bruises from a fight, and there's proof that she lied. She lied, and she told her friends to lie for her to destroy Zeke's career. This is her quote. It's witnesses, her texts. So where is he wrong so far? So far, all I see evidence of him being innocent so far. Correct, Frankie G. They never did say that. That's what the allegations have been, and the police have proven that that's not true. That can't happen. Let's see, 6-page letter of evidence coming out soon. Meet the Mets. When it comes out, I'll be right there listening. That's why I'm saying tonight, join us. I want to see you and hear your opinions because we will hear more information that comes out. And again, that's my big thing. The whole underlying thing is I want to get more information from the NFL on why they need to be more transparent on why they suspended him for 6 games. And I want to know the exact details, not just we feel that way. We feel he did something wrong. So, no, I want to know why you feel that way, not because of what she said or the pictures. I want to know what legal, viable proof do you have that he did this? Because pictures don't mean a damn thing. That fight was more than evident that could have provided those bruises. She could have bruised herself. It's been done in the past, guys. It'll be done again. And definitely someone like Zeke, who's high profile, going into the NFL, and then he breaks up with his girlfriend. For whatever the reason, he breaks up with her. She's mad. She wants to ruin his life. She gets in fights with women, other women in a club, and then she blames Zeke and tries to get all her friends on top to blame Zeke and get on her side, and which her friends said, no, we're not. And they gave that information into the cops. Hence why the prosecution dropped the case. Two police departments dropped the case. Just remember that, guys. Be fair. Don't be just Cowboy haters and be blinded by your hate. Be real. Let's see. She's going to defend a woman abuser. Prove that he's a woman abuser. Again, meet the Mets. Maybe you're a woman abuser. How do I know you're not? I mean, hell, I'll accuse you. There you go. Now your life is now stained, even though you haven't done anything. I want proof, not just words, not just feelings. Let's see. Police weren't Giant fans. Yeah, I guess that could be a possibility too, right? Just like the NFL investigator is a Giant fan. Who knows, guys? Maybe there's some responsibility there too. I would love to find the NFL have some wrongdoing on this and Zeke sue the hell out of them, and then the NFL goes down in flames. I'm talking about like Goodell, not the NFL, because we love the NFL. We don't like Goodell. And I know the Giants don't like him either, and the Eagles don't like him either, and the Redskins don't like him either. Oh, you can't hear me? Damn. Let me see. I get closer to the screen. I'm using my backup system here, guys. So sorry about it. Again, tonight around 8, 9 o'clock or so Eastern time, we're gonna do another live stream. I want to hear your guys' opinions. Of course, there'll be new information. Meet the Mets is making a outlandish claim that there's 6 pages of information of why the NFL is going to release sometime today about why they suspended him. So I'm waiting for that. I can't wait to see it because then we'll have a different tone this evening. This evening will be Zeke was wrong, or if they give real evidence, real proof that he did something wrong. Let's see the 6 pages they have against Zeke and the reasons why they're suspending him, not for 1 game, not for 2 games, but for 6 games for something they have no proof about. Let's see why. Let's see. Odell, I don't think he's gay. He's just millennial bi. You know how that goes. Now, every day, all the millennials are kind of like both ways. So who knows? I don't really care. It's his life, and he can do what he wants. Not good or bad. Good for Odell. Let him be gay. I don't care. Yeah. But you guys can argue about that stuff in there. I'm trying to keep it non-confrontational, but also trying to keep it real and also passionate, because I truly believe that he's being scapegoated by Roger Goodell in the NFL. And I think truly people like Meet the Mets, people like the Eagle fans and Giant fans out there, I think you guys truly, and even the Cowboy fans that think that Zeke is guilty, I think you guys deep down inside know that there's really truly not enough evidence against Zeke for the domestic thing to be able to give him 6 games for that. 2 games because they feel that he did something wrong. 2 games because he pulled down the woman's shirt, exposed her breast, and they were both joking and nothing illegal about that. 2 games, all these things. I'm including all these things for 2 games. The feeling of the domestic situation, if they felt that way, for the exposure of the breasts, for the speeding ticket, for the being in a club when someone else got knocked out. Okay, 2 games at most, but 6. I want an explanation from you guys, or NFL, whoever. You guys need to let me know. Yep, and that's the thing. Amy can fly. Cowboys camp said the decision was made based on July 2016 allegations and St. Patrick's Day incident. So 6 games. I want to know more. I want to know. Okay, the incident is, if that incident is St. Patrick's Day, it gives you 6 games, and obviously something's messed up with the NFL, because that's not a 6-game suspension. Now you add in the domestic thing, and they think that he actually did something wrong. Okay, maybe 4 games, but I want to know why 6 when there's no evidence. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. That's true, Russell Westbrook. Tiffany Thompson's friend knew Zeke didn't do anything to her. And she was there the whole time for the incident that she's complaining about. And the friend said that's a lie by her own friend. So the girlfriend was lying, and the girlfriend's friend said that Zeke is not doing anything wrong. Let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Let me see. They say that she had multiple instances of domestic violence. That's what they're saying. Correct. That's what the allegation was by her. That he had kept her somewhere and beat her for a week, or beat her for 4 days, 3 days consecutively, just railing on her. I mean, if that's true, that's horrific. He should be suspended. I want proof that this happened, though. I don't want just anybody can say anything they want. Okay, I killed 20 people yesterday. That's not true. But I'm just saying anybody can say what they want. Somebody could accuse me of killing somebody. Does that make it true? No. So, I'm really curious. And yes, definitely want to see you back here and Meet the Mets. I'm interested in your viewpoint, even though, I do want to also wait till all the NFL stuff comes in. I want to hear what the rest of the day holds when it comes to, other information that's going to be leaking out about why the NFL did this, and more information. So again, I definitely want to, I don't want allegations to be reasons why people get suspended, why people get defamed. And I think that that's my biggest concern about this. I don't mind if they do something, if they really do something wrong and it's proven, or even highly probable, I say suspend them. But when it's something where the prosecution and the police department has dropped the charges, and they've dropped the case completely, then there's something messed up there. When the NFL finds something that these other 3 departments did not find, it's not a 6-game suspension, guys. Should not be. So anyways, guys, listen, I'm wrapping it up. I got to get back to my daily grind. Got to go now, but we'll definitely be back later to discuss this again and other happenings in the Cowboy world. Hopefully, nothing new with Sean Lee's injury. Hopefully, it was precautionary, which is what I've been hearing. And Bryce Butler also, he seems to be doing okay. They'll all be back next week. Hey, Wolf Rider, what's up? I'm about to leave. Make sure you all like the video, subscribe to this video. Subscribe to my channel, to My Cowboys Family. And make sure you hit the notification alarm button so that, when we go live tonight, you guys can join us for this very, very heated, passionate discussion. But just to re-say it one last time, NFL has officially suspended Ezekiel Elliott for 6 games make sure I say this right, for the personal conduct policy violation. He violated the personal conduct policy, and they're basing this mainly on the domestic violence accusation. He was found not guilty, but on the accusation, not found not guilty. They dropped the charges because there's not enough evidence, because they found that the woman that was saying this, the victim, was lying. So again, they did it based on their feelings towards that, and about the incident. And I guess they threw in the incident in St. Patrick's Day as another reason why they suspended him for 6 games. But I want more information, and I really want evidence why they suspended him for 6 games, not 2, 3, or 4. which would have been the most. Yeah, I know. Everyone's talking about the Zeke stuff now, and it's going to happen. That's cool. Just let's keep it real, guys. That's what I'm about. I want to keep it real, and if he did something wrong and it comes out, NFL comes out later today and says it, then I'm on board with the NFL on that. But if not, Roger Goodell can go himself. You know what I mean? Well, photographic and digital evidence. I know I saw pictures of that she posted that she had bruises on her back and her arms or something like that. But everybody, all the witnesses that were there the day before she posted those pictures said that she got in a fight the night before with a girl that she thought was going out with Zeke. And she was very jealous and upset that, he had just broken up with her. So she went and attacked this woman, and then she got her butt kicked, took pictures of herself and said Zeke did this. That's the photographic evidence I've seen and heard up until this moment. We'll see what comes out later today. But I'm sure if they had found something more, don't you think that the prosecutors and the police department would have continued, had held the charges over him? They would have taken him to court, but they didn't because she was lying. All right, guys. It was cool again to have this back and forth with you guys. Let me just check to see how long we've been running for. I have no idea. An hour and 3 minutes, guys. I was thinking 30 minutes at most, and no wonder I'm running late now. Shoot. Well, guys, I got to get back to the grind. I'll be back tonight with my fiance when she's off her grind, and we'll be together discussing how this whole thing breaks down, any new information, and our thoughts and comments and feelings about this. Your feelings and thoughts and comments, good or bad, give them to us. We'll be on a better stream later tonight as well, so the video will be better quality. And like the video, subscribe, hit the little bell so you get the notification for tonight. And all our live streams, we do them daily. We try to do at least some kind of video content daily for the Cowboys. And we'll be discussing everything with you later tonight. Go Cowboys! Forever! Wait, did you hear me? Forever.